What is new with the latest update 5.18.2 as of April 2025? Here is the changelog, and please note we are doing this on the Scribe because there are more changes on the Scribe for 5.18.2 than the e-readers themselves. So here it is. On all of the units you have author names appear first to last, previously last comma first. We are going to show you this in depth, don't worry, and for the Scribe only, this is Customize Notebook Summaries. You can now customize the length and tone of your summaries in notebooks, and we will show you that starting right now. So as for the summary, here is something we wrote about some cookies. We just have this as a generic story that had a little bit of a beginning, middle, and end. So what you would do is tap the screen and tap this icon on the top, this little star thing. What you would do is click Summarize. I want to summarize only the current page, although you could do the entire notebook. We're not going to do that. We're just going to click Start, and AI will take its way, and it will pump out something that is a little bit different than what we did. So I wrote, went to the register, blah, blah, blah. This one says, describe a person's trip to the store based off of cookies. They ended up purchasing gingerbread instead, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's basically what it was before, but now what you can do is click on Customize, go over to Length, and now we have two different lengths. So what we're going to do is move from the standard one to a shorter, more concise summary of the whole cookie debacle. Cookie disappointment, person went to the cookie store, bought sandwich cookies, ended up gingerbread. That's more streamlined. Now, we're going to see how much more they can elaborate utilizing the longer feature. I'll be surprised if they can pull anything out of this. Gingerbread cookie disappointment. The note described a person going to the store to purchase chocolate sandwich cookies. Yeah, see, that's way more. Look at that. The person decided not to buy the gingerbread cookies and went home without making a purchase. So it most definitely embellished and went way beyond, in fact, utilizing more words than that was in the original writing piece. So this is really nice because now you have the customize options here, and you can also move it over from standard to casual to professional. And since we're here, we're just going to show you all three. So professional is probably going to utilize a lot more. There you go. There's the language. Consequently, the individual decided to forego the purchase and return home without. So they're using things like consequently, intended, however, etc. Now, if we do it a little bit more casually, this is probably just going to be more colloquial language, if anything. So we do have disappointed, we have however, we have the person went to the store intended to buy. So it's really, to be fair, the story that we set forward wasn't exactly something that needed a high level of intellect to grasp. However, it does do it very well, and you can refer to this customization anytime now, which is very nice. I do like how you are able to really dictate what you want and how you want your message to come across. Moving over to the library, this is a very small change, but I must say I like it. Reason being, when you hear things like Robert Brooks, Dan Brown, Margaret Atwood, Jane Austen, etc., it's more socially known that it's Jane Austen, not Austen, space Jane. So we know that in pop culture, in culture in general, we know the names of Lewis Carroll, Dan Brown, etc. in that order. And what they have done is adjusted it from Brown, Dan now to Dan Brown. So this just streamlines things a little bit better, but it is still organized by the surname, by the last name. So even though it's Margaret space Atwood now, Atwood is going to appear at the very top. As you can see, Ashford, Atwood, Austen, etc. So this is a very small tweak, but it just breathes a little bit more casualness, and it's more natural to say the names that way. These are the two changes on the latest update of the Amazon line of devices. This, of course, is the Kindle Scribe 2, which is defined as the Kindle Scribe 1 2024 release, if that's not confusing enough. We really would have liked to see some shaping or some text input on the note-taking section. However, we got these two changes for today.